video later showing you how to do the cut the length ones. It'll use the same process of measuring what size push rod you need, but we'll just basically show you how to cut and press the ends in the cut the length push rods. So with this particular build, this is a Ghost 212 engine. We did a flat top piston. We also had the piston Cerakoted and the block and everything. We did a billet rod, billet flywheel, billet side cover, and we're using Go Power Sports Stage 5 head. This head has double valve springs, it has billet retainers, it has the biggest valves you can put in one of these heads. We also got it Cerakoted so it looks nice, and it's going to help hold the heat in the combustion chamber instead of leaking off in our head. So this is not the way it's going to look when you get it stock. So a couple things we're going to need to check the length that we need of push rods. So we're going to need a stock valve spring. The reason we're going to need the stock valve spring is because another tool we're going to need is an adjustable push rod. And this is basically a push rod that you can get that's all aluminum, and you can stretch it out or shrink it down to find out what size you need. If we was to use this push rod with the stock double valve springs that come in this head, it would bend this. So we need to put, you can check either the exhaust or intake. We're going to be doing the intake today, and it's the same process. Once you check the intake, it's going to be the same push rod on both sides. So you're going to want to install a stock valve spring because it's so weak and won't damage your adjustable push rod. Another tool we're going to need is a dial indicator. These are super cheap and they're really handy to have for stuff like this. You can get these in our Amazon links down below. We have all the tools and all the parts we're using on this engine located down below, and those do help us continue to do these style videos, so the support is much appreciated. Another thing you're going to need is some way to measure the push rod. A crude way would be a measuring tape. That probably isn't going to work, so you're going to need a set of calipers. You can buy a set like these at the parts store for $15–20, and these will work great. So first, we need to pull out our double valve spring that's in this head and slap in a stock valve spring, and we're going to use a valve spring compressor tool. Now, shown on screen is the best valve spring compressor tool on the market. It's super affordable on Amazon, and again, it's located down below. And this thing is so handy doing these small heads, so I highly recommend getting this compressor set. So we have our valve spring compressor set up in this little vise from Harbor Freight. We basically set it in there, tighten down this hat, and it'll grab onto that valve retainer. Then we can just tighten it down. You can see that it's pushing it away from those keepers. Once we get it tightened about that much, use a magnetic screwdriver. Again, we're only pulling out one, and we're going to do the intake side. So we pull that out, and we can just let this loose. Lean it over. We're going to remove the valve springs. Now we can install our stock valve spring. And this is super easy. You about don't even need the handle on it to press this one down. Set our keeper down in there. This is always a pain. I use a magnetic screwdriver, but it's still a little bit of a pain. Stock valve installed. Now I have to install everything on this test. Fully install our rocker on this test. With that installed, we need to fully install our rockers with the adjustable push rod. You're just going to start at any random measurement, and then we're going to set our dial indicator on this hat, rotate it over, and see how much throw we're getting, and keep adjusting that push rod until we achieve exactly what we need. We got a 308 cam, we got 1.2 rockers, so that's going to be 0.308 times 1.2. We're going to need 0.369. So that's how much throw, 0.369, we need out of this hat to know we're getting all of our available. We're going to need until we achieve exactly what we start at any random measurement, and then we're going to set our dial indicator on this hat, rotate it over, and see how much throw we're getting, and keep adjusting that push rod until we achieve exactly what we need. We got a 308 cam, we got 1.2 rockers, so that's going to be 0.308 times 1. 2. We're going to need 0.369 until we achieve exactly what we need. We got a 308 cam, we got 1.2 rockers, so that's going to be 0.308 times 1.2. We're going to need need 0.369, so that's how much throw 0.369 we need out of this hat. To know we're getting all of our available lift out of our cam. It's very important to put on your lash caps. We're running with putting in the push rod and everything. It sucks to do with a camera in your face. So just bolt down this one side. I went ahead and tightened up both sides and make sure your lash cap is on there. And you can see we have this dial indicator setting on the hat of the retainer of the valve. So now we can spin the engine over once, and we need to set our dial indicator on 0. We need to spin our engine over and let the full cycle happen and then see what it reads. So if we start pushing this, that's 1, 2, 3, and then it's stopping at about 40 or 35, but we're going backwards if you remember. So we got 300, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65. If you remember, we said we needed 0.369 is what.
So hey guys, I will have to figure out the proper keepers and the retainers for those valve springs I plan on running, because they're going to be pretty heavy duty, so that I can get all the RPMs possible, so hopefully close to 9,000. Or I may see if I get custom guaranteed camshaft to spin up to 10,000. It's just going to be tricky, but I need all the lift possible for the camshaft, so which means I need custom link push rods, probably custom valve springs and retainers, but the valve springs and retainers and keepers won't be hard because Go Power Sports has a bunch of different sets. So yeah guys, I will keep you guys updated and posted and everything, and keep on liking, commenting, and sharing, and subscribing, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I upload. Bye guys, peace, I'm out.